So you just moved out your parents' house and you don't know how to cook. I got you. Today I'm going to show you how to make the best holiday mac and cheese, which, believe it or not, is different from cookout mac and cheese. So grab your ingredients and let's get into it. I'm willing to go toe-to-toe with anybody that wants to convince me that I can't use Velveeta. I grew up on it. I'm never going to be too good for it. Is it real cheese? It's not my business. If you don't want to use Velveeta, that's fine. Substitute it with whatever cheese you prefer. As far as me and my house, we're never going to be too bougie for Miss Velveeta. All right, we're just going to dice it into medium-sized cubes. I also got a block of sharp cheddar cheese here. I just like to add it to my sauce to enhance the flavor a little bit. That's optional. If you don't like sharp cheddar, you can do medium cheddar or white cheddar, whatever you prefer. And when I shred that, I like to shred it on the wide side of the shredder. I don't know why. I just like to do it. Now just remember, mac and cheese is a family dish, all right? So every family is going to make it differently. If your family has a certain way that they like it, stick to that. But what I don't recommend is playing around with the recipe too much and experimenting when it's time for the holidays. The holidays is not the time for experiments. There's nothing worse than being a person in charge of the mac and cheese and you do something special and everybody's cooking you the whole night. They're still talking about it to this day. So here we have our boiling water. We're going to salt that. Some people say like the ocean. I personally don't like to salt my water like the ocean. I don't find it necessary. Just a few pinches of salt. I've seen some people add oil to their pasta water. I don't know why. Personally, I don't recommend it. If your macaroni noodles are covered in oil, they become slippery, right? So the sauce doesn't totally adhere to the macaroni noodle. Then you don't get the full experience of the mac and cheese. Some people pick different noodles. That's fine. Use whatever noodle you prefer. I just grabbed one of the store brand dollar boxes. The noodles go right into our boiling water. Right when I pour those in, I like to agitate it a little bit so the noodles don't clump together. Now we'll just let our macaroni cook until it's al dente. After we took them off the heat, we're immediately going to strain it. But don't throw away this pasta water because we're actually going to use some of that for our sauce. We can set those aside while we make our sauce. Now we're going to use the same pot we use for our noodles to save us time on washing dishes. Unless you want to wash more dishes. If you're one of those people that like to wash dishes, make as many as you want, all right? Me, on the other hand, I hate washing dishes. So we're going to use the same pot. Add some of our pasta water to our pot. Because cross-using ingredients reduces waste, and the leftover starch from our pasta is going to act like a thickening agent for our sauce. We call that science. We're going to let our pasta water get up to a simmer, and on a medium heat, we're going to add in some half and half. I know you're used to half and half being used for your coffee, but all it is a blend of milk and cream. I like to use half and half because you get some of the richness from cream, but for half the price. That's a little money-saving hack if you didn't know. So once it starts to steam, we're going to add our Velveeta. At this point, I like to stir it occasionally so that we evenly melt our Velveeta into our cream and water. At this point, we're going to turn the heat off. We'll add the sharp cheddar cheese and stir it in bit by bit. The reason we turned off our heat while we added in our sharp cheddar is so that our cheese doesn't overcook in our sauce, turning it really gritty. If the Velveeta didn't make me any enemies so far, the seasonings will. Please stop seasoning your mac and cheese like a rotisserie chicken from Costco. When it comes to the holiday mac and cheese, keep it simple. So we're just using black pepper, chicken bouillon, and a little bit of salt. And not to mention, it saves money on spices. Now we'll pour about 3/4 of our sauce into our macaroni noodles and mix all that in together without smashing your mac. Nice and creamy. And that little knob of sharp cheddar that I have left, I'm actually gonna grate that into our mac and cheese while it's cool. That way we get a little extra flavor in every scoop. Cheese all through the mac. Now we got an 8x11 casserole dish, and we're going to layer our mac and cheese because just like an ogre, mac and cheese has layers. We'll go down with a layer of our sauce and some shredded cheddar cheese. Now another layer of mac, more macaroni. You remember that episode of Courage? The rest of our sauce, more cheese. And back to the Velveeta. I love fresh cheese, don't get me wrong. Everybody knows the best part about the holidays are leftovers, right? So I found that when you use all fresh cheese, the more you reheat it, the more the cheese cooks. And that messes with the flavor and the texture of the mac and cheese. But the Velveeta keeps your mac and cheese creamier when you go to reheat your leftovers. So you do what you want to do with that information. A little fresh cheese is okay, but not the whole thing, you know? But it may also be a nostalgia thing for me too. Government cheese it may be, but it gets the job done. Finally, just toss it in the oven. The point of a good holiday mac and cheese is that it has to complement everything on a plate. If you drown it in smoked paprika, Italian seasoning, parsley, all that other, all the extra stuff, you're going to get a hint of that in every bite of your plate. It should be good. It should be creamy. It should reheat well. And most importantly, it should only taste like 2 things: mac and cheese. I hope whenever you're thinking of mac and cheese, you look for this recipe. Talking about macaronism.
Macaronism.
Macaronism.